If you plan to take up project management as a serious career option, you have to look for a certification. There are different types of certification. In this video, we're going to take a look at two major certifications. One is PMP, another one is PRINCE2. So we're going to take a look at both of these certifications and which is tougher, which is easier, what is the cost to do it, what is a prerequisite, and if you're going to work on a specific country, which certification is popular in that country. So we're going to take a look at all of these things. Based on that, you can actually come to a conclusion and then you can choose one particular certification. Let's get to our scribbling board. So I'm going to take a sheet. All right. So now what we're going to take into comparison is like we're going to compare PRINCE2 with PMP. So we're going to have PMP and then PRINCE2. So both are actually project management methodologies and both come with a sort of like a certification. And so this is predominantly done by PMI. And this is done by plenty of other organizations. And plenty of other institutions does this, but I would recommend using Expertiser Academy. And so we have best in the market. For doing both PMP and PRINCE2 trainings. Okay, so let's go and analyze which one is better and for your situations and things like that. So for that, like, you have to take into consideration few things. First is like which is a location that you're going to do this particular training. So let's say, for example, if you are in North America, so I'm going to say this is North America. And or if you're going to be in any other regions which is it's not a Commonwealth country, I would say like that is going to be pretty popular for doing PMP trainings, such as you can say some portions of Europe, and Australia and New Zealand. Australia and New Zealand is sort of like a mixed, even though it's a Commonwealth country. PRINCE2 is also popular in Australia and New Zealand. So we'll put it up here. And then we can say Middle East. And then we have Africa. And if you look at, say for example, Singapore, Malaysia, and things like that, you can see PMP is like a quite popular one compared to PRINCE2. And the one reason that comes down to is like PMP is much harder to clear, and the exams are a bit tougher, and it's a bit expensive compared to PRINCE2, even to maintain it. So it's not many people will generally get PMP certification. So comparatively, it is a valuable one out of these two. Okay, and then if you look at PRINCE2, predominantly Europe, and mainly in UK. And one reason it actually became popular in UK is like that's where it's founded. So Europe is like not the major for PMP, it's a major for PRINCE2. And what happened was why it actually came into existence is like a lot of public projects have failed due to poor project management in the probably I think in the 1970s or 80s or something. And then they started creating a methodology to deliver projects seamlessly and have some fail safe and things like that. That's how PRINCE2 has come into picture. So Europe is like a pretty popular one. And then we'll have Middle East. Some other countries like they have PRINCE2 as one of the things that they ask for when you go for a project management related roles. And same with Africa as well. And India, I have seen both PRINCE2 and PMP, but I think I would say based since I'm from India, so it's not a continent, but it's a country. So I would say India is like quite popular with PMP, and also there is requirements for PRINCE2 as well. A lot of people do PRINCE2 as well. And so the next question. So which one is popular? So when I say popularity, I would say like the biggest, whenever it comes to project management, I can give you 5-star for popularity to PMP, and then probably 3 stars in terms of popularity for PRINCE2. So this is basically popularity. Let's go further, expand the slide. Okay. So the next one we're going to see is like which industry, if you belong to certain industry, which one they use it. I think we have like quite a bit of focus on industry side of things. So I have a list here, so which I can share it with you. So I predominantly work in IT and software development. And so where I have seen a lot of project managers getting PMP certification, and they also get PRINCE2 and Agile. PRINCE2 certification. So again, it depends on the region as well, because when I actually worked with some of the companies in New South Wales, where I am in Australia, I've seen a lot of PRINCE2 certified project managers within the IT industry. And the next one is like construction. So I worked in civil construction, AEC industry, architecture, engineering and construction. So most of the projects that delivered actually involves scope documents, and you can see like we have used in construction industry, we use a software called MSP, and MSP is like is closely aligned with the PMP concepts. So I would say PMP, and most of the project managers which I worked with in civil space, they are PMP certified. I haven't worked with anyone who is PRINCE2 certified. They are PMP. And then if you go to government sectors, I would say PRINCE2, because the whole point of PRINCE2 was developed is for actually delivering government projects in UK, and so it is quite commonly used across government projects. And so if you're going to work in any government sectors, I would say PRINCE2 is something people would prefer. And then if you look for finance and banking and fintech and those sort of industries, I would say PMP. And then if you look for telco, energy, I would say PMP. And then if you go for let's say oil and gas, I would say PMP. If you look for mining, which I do quite a lot of consulting works around that space, it's PMP. So as you can see, majority of the industry, it's quite popular that people use PMP. Okay, so now let's go into a bit more stuff in terms of into the certification part of it. Prerequisite. So when it comes to prerequisite, if you're looking for PMP certification, and first of all, it's like a bit expensive compared to PRINCE2. It's a bit cheaper. There is 2 costs that you need to look for. One is the examination cost, exam cost, and the other one is maintenance cost. That means like you might have to pay a renewal fee or something like that to keep the certification active. So that's basically it. And then that comes down to the membership. So you generally have a PMI membership, so you get a discount. You get a percentage discount. Same way, if you get PRINCE2 membership, you get a discount on exams and renewal fees and stuff. But the PRINCE2 renewal fees is not that much. Generally, it lasts for quite a few years. Now, let's take a look at this one. So requirements wise, you need to have a secondary degree. Let's say master's, MBA or ME or MS or something like that. And then you need to have 5 years of PMP experience, project management experience working in a PM office. And then you need to have 7,500 hours of experience leading projects. And then 35 hours of PMP education, project management education. So for this one, many institutes generally give you a certification, a course completion certification. That should be enough. But you need to make sure that the course is actually running for 35 hours of runtime. And yeah, so Expeditor Academy does that as well. So contact us. Actually, we can arrange for group trainings and corporate trainings as well. And so then if I come to the cost, so the cost is going to be for members, it's going to be 405, and for non-members it's going to be 555. The price might have changed, and so overall it might be around, including the training cost, it should be around $1,000. And maintenance cost, it will be something similar every year, somewhere around like $100 or something like that for maintenance cost. And when it comes to PRINCE2, so the foundation cost is the exam. You have to do it, which I'll come to the requirements. Probably I'll do the requirements first. Requirements is like for this one, you need to have this sort of experience and skill set to actually qualify to do the exam. Whereas for PRINCE2 is like pretty easy. You don't have any eligibility criteria. Your experience will generally help you to clear exams and stuff. But for this one, you need to do two certifications. One is foundation, and once you do foundation, then you can do practitioner. And the foundation certification generally cost around $365 to $380, depends on locations. And then the practitioner will cost you $485, and overall, including trainings and stuff, it will also come down to $1,000. But don't count me on this, guys, because some of the training academies charge you quite a lot. And so your training cost might actually be a bit higher or lesser, depends on the training academy. And compared to both of these ones, PRINCE2 is like quite a lot cheaper, and it's easy to maintain. It's like renewal is like it's around 5 years expiry. So for PMP, you just have to maintain it using, this is not 5 years, sorry. So for this one, you have to maintain it on the PMI memberships and stuff. It's 5 years experience, sorry. And for this one, you need to have at least a bachelor's degree, Bachelor of Engineering, or any other bachelor's degree, BBA or BCA or BEE. And you need to have minimum 3 years of experience, but it's not mandatory. It's a bit lenient compared to PMP. And so you need to, but I would say like this is sort of like an experience that you might actually need. Which would generally help you to understand the questions, and then you'll be able to clear it off a bit easier. And yeah, so the other option is like for this PMP as well, you need to have at least a bachelor's degree, and minimum 3 years of a project management experience, and 4,500 hours leading the project, and then 35 hours of education on PM, project management. And that's a prerequisite for PMP, and that's a prerequisite for PRINCE2. And let's go to the exam format. So when it comes to exam, PMP versus PRINCE2. So PMP consists of 200 multiple choice questions, and PRINCE2 consists of 60 multiple choice questions. And you might actually wonder, okay, it's just multiple choice, I should be able to clear it easier. But trust me, guys, and this would actually take around 4 hours to do it. And it is a sufficient time, but people will still find it a bit hard to clear with 4 hours if you don't have enough experience. The questions are not that easy for PMP. It is like quite tough. And so the duration is here is 4 hours, and this is 60 minutes. And there are 25 questions, which is called pre-test questions, which don't really get any negative marks. so they don't actually get any negative marks. And here the passing score is 33, 33 marks out of the 60 questions. More than 50% is what you have to get to clear that. And so when it comes to working and studying, prepping for these exams, I would recommend you guys actually choose a very good training academy. Expeditor Academy will generally do the job, but you need someone who generally guides you, and because each one has got a different journey to get through the PIM2, especially PMP certification. PRINCE2 is like a lot easier. So a lot of people with just a master's degree with very less experience, like 2 to 3 years experience, will be able to clearly clear PRINCE2, but PMP is like a bit harder even for experienced project managers. So I would recommend that you take through PIMBOK book. That's a complete book of project managers, comes from PMI for PMP, and you have to get through that syllabus, understand the questionnaires, and then do a lot of question banks and do some mock test before you start doing the actual exams. Okay, so I think that's about it, guys, and we'll see again another one. Thank you so much, and cheers.